Times of India. PM Osta is in T20 mode, but temple attacks must stop. As he hailed India's bilateral ties with Australia as having entered the T20 mode, PM Modi, in a meeting with his counterpart Anthony Albanese on Wednesday, again raised the issue of attacks on Hindu temples and activities of Khalistan secretaries in Australia. Any attempt to harm India-Australia ties was unacceptable, Modi said. Albanese assured him of strong action against the perpetrators. Modi rounded off his three-nation tour with a bilateral meeting with Albanese and a business roundtable that saw the two sides signing a migration agreement for two-way mobility of students and business professionals, and another deal to set up a task force for green hydrogen cooperation. The leaders also discussed many regional and global issues, including the threat posed by China's assertiveness in the Indo-Pacific Russia-Ukraine war, Quad cooperation, and ways to address problems faced by the Global South. Thanking Albanese for the steps taken to prevent attacks on Hindu temples, Modi said the former assured him once again that he would continue to take strict action against the perpetrators. India on Elon Musk radar as Tesla hunts for factory site. Days after a team from Tesla visited India, the company's founder and CEO Elon Musk has indicated that India is on the electric car manufacturer's radar to set up a new factory. In an interview to the Wall Street Journal, Musk said that the electric car maker will pick a fresh location for a new factory by the close of this year, and added that India could be an interesting proposition for such an expansion. Asked which would be the most exciting country to build a Tesla plant right now, Musk said, "We did make an announcement that Mexico would be our next location outside the US. We'll probably pick another location towards the end of this year." On whether India will be an interesting contender for this move, Musk replied, "Absolutely." User charges on services may come up for review. With the city's finances stretched, especially after the pandemic, the Finance Department of Delhi government is exploring the possibilities of revising user fee and charges to augment its revenue collection. User fee or charges are levied by the government on various services it provides to the residents of the city. The fee for providing water, sewage, and power connections, granting on renewal of driving license, and other vehicular permits and documents issued by the Revenue Department, among many others. The Finance Department has written to the secretaries and the heads of the departments, agencies, and autonomous bodies and Delhi government to review the user fee charge for services under their administrative control and explore the scope for rationalizing it to increase the contribution to the non-tax revenue. A senior Delhi government official said all departments have been asked to prepare a detailed action plan and submit it to the Finance Department at the earliest. These charges need to be reviewed at least every 3 years but have not been revised for many years now, he added. We have asked the departments to examine the trend of non-tax collection and identify the factors responsible for their lack of growth. We have also asked them to explore the scope for rationalizing the various user fees that contribute to the non-tax revenue, said the official. The official said a final decision on whether the charges need to be revised will lie with the elected government. Senior officials confirm COVID has stretched Delhi's finances by impacting both tax and non-tax collections, with the centre discontinuing the GST compensation amounting to rupees 12,000 crore annually since July 2022. Officials said there was an urge to requirement to explore options to consolidate revenue collection. In the latest budget, Delhi government estimated to collect rupees 53,565 crores, 68% of the total budget outlay as tax revenue, GST and VAT, excise, stamp duty and registration tax and road tax and vehicular registration fee, while the remaining would come from the capital receipts, rupees 622 crore small saving loan, rupee 10,000 crore GST compensation, rupee 3,802 crore central schemes, rupee 3,167 crore and central assistance and grants, rupees 1,168 crore. The contribution of non-tax revenue is estimated to be just rupees 1,050 crore, 1.3% of the total budget, as per the Rule 47 of the General Financial Rules. It is required to undertake an exercise to identify user charges levied by the department and ensure they recover the current cost of providing the services with reasonable return on capital investment, said an official. Claims US hardware used in Ukraine's border raid. The Kremlin said on Wednesday that the use of US-made military hardware by pro-Ukrainian fighters who conducted a raid on the Russian border region this week was testament to the West's growing involvement in the Ukraine conflict. The Russian military said on Tuesday it was routed militants who attacked the Russian border region of Belgorod with armored vehicles the previous day, killing more than 70 Ukrainian nationalists and pushing the remaining back into Ukraine. It said it had destroyed 4 armored vehicles and 5 pickup trucks to repel what was on one of the largest incursions onto Russian soil from Ukraine since Moscow launched what it calls its special military operation in Ukraine 15 months ago. Footage of some of the destroyed vehicles released by the Russian Defense Ministry showed US-made military hardware such as Humvee military trucks. The convoy also included 2 US-made Max Pro MRAP armored vehicles. Russian Defense Minister Sergei Shoigu promised that Moscow would respond to any more cross-border raids by Ukrainian militants swiftly and extremely harshly. It is no secret for us that more and more equipment is being delivered to Ukraine's armed forces, Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov told reporters. And it is no secret for us that the direct and indirect involvement of Western countries in this conflict is growing by the day. We are drawing the appropriate conclusions. White House spokesman John Kirby said Washington had been cleared with Ukraine. It did not support the use of US-made equipment for attacks inside Russia itself and was looking into the reports. Ukraine denied any role in the raid, which were claimed by 2 anti-Kremlin armed groups made up of Russians. Canada rules out probe into China poll meddling, Open says cover-up. A Canadian government appointee on Tuesday rejected holding a public inquiry into leaked intelligence that alleged China interfered in Canada's federal election, drawing allegations of a cover-up from the Conservative opposition.